Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading for August 2020. This month I'm using the Mermaid Tarot. Please give us clear messages for Capricorn for August 2020. Pull some reversals here. Capricorn for August 2020. We have the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and Temperance. And the bottom of the deck we have the Ten of Pentacles. A lot of similar cards to Virgo reading. Sometimes the earth signs as a collective experience similar energies, and sometimes, they're further along maybe, or you're further along, Capricorn than Virgo. But it's really interesting because I think this Ten of Wands showed up in the exact same position, and I think the only cards that are different are the Queen of Swords, Four of Swords, and Temperance. So, and then of course at the bottom of the deck you have the Ten of Pentacles. So there is something, a legacy that we're building here. And in the center, we have very stable energy of the Four of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Sometimes I see that in a very literal way with this Ten of Pentacles here, in a very literal interpretation as like a baby shower or a celebration of family coming together. With the Ace of Cups, it's something like an emotional, like a brand new beginning. So that's a literal interpretation, but in a more broader sense, and probably for a lot more of you that won't be the case, but I would put that out there. So we have the Four of Wands, which I already said is a celebration of family coming together to celebrate maybe this new arrival with the Ace of Cups. Or it is simply a celebration of family that brings good emotional feelings. Maybe you haven't seen each other for a while, and we're coming together and we're celebrating and having a good time, and things are stable, things feel good. And it could be after this period of the Four of Swords being frozen, being encased in ice, being put on pause. We're breaking free and we are expressing ourselves here with the Queen of Swords. it's almost like this mermaid has been transported to this new environment, this cooler environment. And here we see that there was maybe a time that was an adjustment period, a thawing to this new situation that you find yourself in, and now we're embodying our power. We are adapting to the new situation here with the Queen of Swords. We are expressing ourselves in a clear way. We have clear wisdom, clear knowledge as to how we function in this environment. So we have the Five of Cups and the Five of Swords, starting off in reading in the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is an energy of willing to give it another try, willing to put the work in, or put more work in, because we've already put in a lot of work. We've accumulated 9 of Wands, and we are going to be moving into the 10 of Wands. So we are making a progression. We are gaining that extra wand. We're almost finished. Almost finished with this path, with this experience, this project that we've been working on. And there is this pause here after the 10 of Wands of, rest, coming in after really putting in a lot of work, really going the distance and not giving up on something. And I think it brings us to this place of temperance, this balance. Because the temperance speaks of patience as well. And we see that patience is needed here with the Four of Swords, because this mermaid is still encased in this block of ice. There may need to be a balancing of this very passionate work with a more intellectual format, like with being able to communicate your ideas, being able to communicate your passions, being able to present it in a way that these creatures that are perhaps unfamiliar to your environment, to your passions, because these are Arctic animals. They don't experience a lot of fire and heat. There's a need to communicate to them in a way that they understand. And with the Temperance and the Queen of Swords, we see that this is happening. There is this combining of the heat and the cool, combining of these two different worlds. And that might require letting go of something familiar and being willing to embrace a new environment, something new with the Ace of Cups. Because the Five of Cups speaks of sadness, speaks of loss, it speaks of regret, but it's the beginning card, so we're moving away from that, and I think we're seeing how it possibly doesn't serve us to hold on to someone that, or something that doesn't belong to us, does not belong on our path. We might connect and we might have a friendship, or it might be someone that we, or maybe even a life path that we really wanted to pursue, but we realized that we don't belong in that world and we have to let it go. And we see this young woman, and she's embracing this seal, and she realizes that he doesn't belong, that he belongs in the ocean, and she belongs on dry land. Once this happens, once this release happens, we move very quickly into a more stable place, to a more balanced place. That suits us. So the Five of Swords energy, there is this reluctance to let go. The Five of Swords sometimes is seen as a bully card. Maybe we use our words, we use our influence in order to get things the way that we want them. And sometimes we just have to let go and realize that things are for the best when we allow people to be themselves in their environment. We allow people to express who they truly are. Or sometimes it's beneficial to blend others' ideas with our own ideas, because the Five of Swords does speak of bully energy, which I spoke of in the Virgo reading. Sometimes we want things the way we want them, and similarly with the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands, because we've already put in so much work. We've already put in and carried this burden all on our own, and we've gotten so far with it. But it's expressing only one perspective. This fire and ice, fiery perspective, and we need to incorporate more viewpoints. This cooler. So if we see fire as the emotions and the heart space and maybe the lower chakras, we need to incorporate our mental capacity, our third eye, our crown chakra. We need to incorporate everything, the whole range, and that is going to bring us to this place of temperance. We need to be willing to let go and see other viewpoints and not just our own, even though we have put in a ton of work here. I think once you put down the burden and you introduce it possibly to this audience, they're going to have an input that you didn't expect, or you're going to have an input on them that they didn't expect, and it's going to bring you both to a broader knowledge, a bigger viewpoint than just your small worlds. And because of that, it's going to lead to this more lasting way of being, incorporating. Here we see all the generations together, experiencing life, sharing knowledge, and that brings this feeling of stability as well. Okay, Capricorn, that's what I have for you for August. Thanks for listening, and please like and subscribe and come back in September. Thanks, Capricorn. Bye.